Alright, so basically today I'm starting the Ls1 swap. I got the Willwood Master on there. I got a new slave cylinder in there, ready to go. Got that all bled. I got it just kind of chilling right there on top. And I got the mounts. That's the kit I ordered off eBay. I'll put the link in the description. I got the mounts right here on there. I don't know if they're on the right way, but they're just kind of loosely on there. And I got just a regular filter, just kind of chilling on there for now, just to, you know, just so shit doesn't get in there. But basically, right now I'm just getting ready to swap the, or not swap, but I'm going to cut this out. I got to cut it to about, I think, the end of right there, and I'm just going to do that whole thing, and then I'm just going to flip it upside down and probably weld it in there, and you know, for the extra support or whatever. So then I got to hammer the shit out of the tranny tunnel. I got to delete all that stuff, the brakes, and pull out the AC lines and heater hose and get rid of wiring and random stuff like that. So alright, so anyhow, I went ahead and cut the notch in the crossmember. This is the little piece that came out of there. I just used the handy dandy 4.5 inch angle grinder, you know, electric. But I was thinking about maybe just using this. Probably not. I have some metal I can cut up and modify and put in there, but I was just going to set the this almost looks like a little bit more than all the pictures I've taken off the line. Well, I got my friend here, Mr. Hammer, and I've been beating the shit out of the inside of the damn tranny tunnel right here. And so basically, this is the kind of side that I've already got a little bit. This is the side that I've only got just a tad. I think I've only hit it once or twice, but there's a little bit of an opening. I kind of open it up a bit, but so anyhow, basically, you gotta hammer all this stuff in right here, all the way up to the front. So I got this damn thing right there. It's this anti-vibe. My dad got it. This thing works pretty good, but holy shit, it's wearing me out. So basically, right now I got the tranny tunnel kind of halfway banged out. These are just the stock motor mounts on there, and here's that eBay kit that I showed you guys. Like I said, the link will be in the description for that. But anyhow, I'm just gonna kind of set it on there and see how it sits, see how the crossmember modification, you know, fits and everything before I go ahead and you know, weld it all together and make sure I have enough clearance. And then I'm gonna go ahead and probably disconnect the sway bar as well. I probably should have already done that, but we'll see if it works. Well, I got it sitting in there. Don't have the tranny mounted up right now. I was just kind of worried about clearances, you know, with these motor mounts and stuff like that. I had to cut that a little bit and go ahead and I just hammered it down just for temporary real quick. These are the stock mounts with those the eBay ones or whatever. Seem like they fit on there decently. I don't really have them tightened down because I was just having them slide back and forth and up and down and sideways and all that stuff. So this is driver's side, but yeah, it's I feel like it's kind of sitting on there a little bit still. It almost looks like it's trying to you know, still sit right down there in the crossmember. I don't know if I'll be able to see it with this. Let's see. So there's not enough weight on those right there because the motor's completely in there. So basically, I got it all mounted in there. You just kind of halfway mounted in there, I guess. Anyhow, these are those eBay mounts, as you can see. But I don't know. Everybody who's ever done this damn swap has had to mess with the sway bar, and as you can tell, mine clears. I don't know if it's just too close for comfort or what. It's the factory subframe. I just notched the shit out of it and Basically right here on the bottom. Go ahead and cut it all out, and then that's another plate that I'm going to weld in right there. And seal that in and box it back in. I could actually move the motor back a little bit more from what the mounts are showing. They're not slid back all the way. I don't have it bolted down. I'm not sure. I probably won't end up using those. I'll probably just use hockey pucks, but need to figure out my whole header situation. The motor's kind of leaning towards the back, just because on the tranny Crossmember back there I only have two kind of longer bolts in there. But I went ahead and I bled the masters, or the brake master, or the clutch master, before I put everything on, and that's all sealed up and ready to go. So I basically just got to kind of put it over there in the hole and kind of make a little upright bracket for it, and then that should be good to go. Power steering, still haven't kind of figured that whole situation. Somebody was saying that the the factory KA banjo bolt actually works. So I don't know if this will just fit over there, which I don't really kind of think it won't, but yeah, I don't know how that would even get over there to bolt up, but yeah, anyhow, it's 4:51 in the morning on the 9th of July. So anyhow, I basically, I don't know, I'm probably gonna go ahead and go to bed. I'm kind of tired. I was gonna shut her down at 3, and then I decided not to. I figured I better get something done while it was nice and cool outside. Sorry, I just got to squeeze in here because of the welder. But this is the shifter position, pretty much right there in the center. Like I said, down there it's not bolted up all correctly, so I still got plenty of room and everything to bring it back. So, but yeah, this thing, I'm pretty excited to get her going. Hopefully this whole wiring situation shouldn't be too bad. I don't think it will be. There's just a few wires I need to hook up here and there. I'm going to go ahead and pull the motor out tomorrow, pull it back out, and clean all this stuff up, wire brush all that stuff, get all that rust away, and probably end up painting the engine bay. And after I box in that cross member and everything, paint that all nice. And kind of haven't decided what color to paint the engine bay. I actually got some paint from my buddies down there at DNS Paint Center here in Pueblo, and anyhow, it's basically just some black, and there it is down there, which you can't tell. I'll show you guys tomorrow. And then they gave me some silver as well with a little bit of metallic in it, so I'm probably going to mix that and just give it so it has a little bit of metallic in the engine bay, and just make it a little bit prettier and stuff like that. But yeah, that's about it. I got the old KA right there, different turbo setup. So yeah, hopefully I could have this thing going in. Hopefully by the 15th is the drift event, and hopefully it's going good by then. But if not, then I guess that'll just be typical. I'll probably end up staying up the whole 2 days before that trying to get that damn KA ready. I found I've probably talked about it before, but there's a built block on the local drift forums or whatever, and not really a built block. It's just rods and pistons and a block with a ported and polished head and a machined crank. So I was probably going to pick that up and end up throwing it in there. It's relatively cheap for what it is, and then I figure at the end it'll just be, I could always put it in my Datsun if I need to, but yeah, so far for tonight, that's where she sits.